HDR going down.
Hi, this is Fox Leader. Fox 9.
Is hovering. We got here.
Oh, shit.
I'm coming.
We're going down.
I want you to tell me something right now. Do you... I can't get a shit off the legs! Cut it off at the...
Come from the vents, deep down. Woke up a bunch of them. Too, or you wouldn't have made it this far. It wiped out his whole family. Say once Kong goes, then
Listen, there's a reef.
to the north end of the island. It's possible. That's it. At least not on foot.
The monsters exist. And to go kill that ape instead of get us off this island? We'll make it. We're gonna make it.
Me and Gunpei were gonna take off in the open sea. There she.
Oh, that's lovely.
This thing even float?
Me Fox. And she float. 51 and his old 0.
It's made out of pure tetanus.
Unless you got a better idea, I suggest we...
Brother, Lord, with them, brother, Lord.
Roger that, Fox 5. Fox on up!
Can we fit everybody?
Everybody grab your gear. We have to keep moving.
Idiot. You gotta move! In here! Quiet.
I told you this damn place was a no-no.
Here a hell of a lot longer. Now we're on their turf, and we need to
Pack it.
Connor, which way are we? If we're not back by then, we go.
To show Kong that man.
2. Arm 3.
This thing brought us down and killed my dirty work so our families and our countrymen.
You've lost your mind.
Slipko, get up.
It's over.
Sir!
Kong's down, let's go!
They told us to leave at dawn.
I know.
Eva, get up on those rocks and fire. We'll buy you time. Second count.
Go.
Hey.
Son of a...
Movie summary: Kong Skull Island. Kong Skull Island 2017 is a thrilling action-adventure film that reimagines the classic King Kong story in a modern setting. Directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts, The movie blends intense action sequences with stunning visual effects, creating an engaging experience that keeps the audience on the edge of their seats. The story is set in the 1970s during the final days of the Vietnam War, as a diverse team of soldiers, scientists, and adventurers embark on an expedition to an uncharted island in the South Pacific, only to encounter the legendary King Kong. Opening sequence, the discovery of Skull Island. The movie begins with a gripping prologue set in 1944, where two fighter pilots, one American and one Japanese, crash land on a mysterious island during World War II. As they engage in a desperate fight for survival, they are suddenly confronted by a massive creature, Kong. This sequence sets the tone for the film, establishing the primal danger of Skull Island and the awe-inspiring power of its most fearsome inhabitant. The narrative then jumps to 1973, where we meet Bill Randa John Goodman, a government official from the secretive organization Monarch. Randa, convinced of the existence of giant monsters, persuades the U.S. government to fund an expedition to Skull Island under the guise of a geological survey. To ensure their safety, they enlist the help of a military escort, led by the hardened Lieutenant Colonel Preston Packard Samuel L. Jackson, who is struggling with the end of the Vietnam War. The arrival on Skull Island. Kong's introduction. As the team approaches Skull Island, they are immediately met with hostility from the island's inhabitants. The tension escalates when they begin dropping seismic charges to map the island, inadvertently provoking Kong. The ensuing sequence is one of the film's highlights, as Kong emerges from the jungle in all his colossal glory, swatting helicopters out of the sky with brutal force. The chaotic and explosive encounter is a masterclass in action filmmaking, with each shot emphasizing Kong's sheer size and power. The team is scattered across the island, with many of the soldiers and scientists meeting grisly fates in the initial attack. Surviving the island, encounters with Skull Island's creatures, separated and vulnerable, the survivors must now navigate the treacherous terrain of Skull Island. The film focuses on two main groups, one led by Packard, who is obsessed with avenging his fallen men by killing Kong, and another led by tracker James Conrad Tom Hiddleston and photojournalist Mason Weaver Brie Larson, who seek to escape the island while learning more about Kong. As they journey through the island, they encounter a variety of deadly creatures, each more terrifying than the last. The sequence where the group led by Conrad and Weaver is ambushed by a giant spider in the bamboo forest is particularly tense, with the creature's long, spindly legs blending in with the towering bamboo stalks, creating a sense of claustrophobic dread. Another memorable sequence is the confrontation with the skull crawlers, vicious reptilian creatures that emerge from the island's underground caverns. These battles are relentless and brutal, showcasing the survivors' struggle for survival against seemingly insurmountable odds. Meeting the Iwi tribe and Hank Marlowe. Kong's backstory, the group eventually stumbles upon the island's indigenous people, the Iwi tribe, who worship Kong as a god and protector. Here they meet Hank Marlowe, John C. Reilly, a stranded American pilot from World War II, who has been living with the Iwi for nearly 3 decades. Marlowe provides much-needed exposition, explaining that Kong is the last of his kind, a benevolent giant who keeps the other monstrous inhabitants of the island, particularly the skullcrawlers, in check. Marlowe's character brings a mix of humor and pathos to the film, with his eccentricity and nostalgia for the world he left behind providing a contrast to the more serious tone of the movie. Through Marlowe, the audience learns that the true threat to both Kong and the human survivors are the skullcrawlers, and killing Kong would only unleash these horrors on the world. Packard's obsession and the battle with Kong, meanwhile, Packard becomes increasingly obsessed with killing Kong, seeing the giant ape as the embodiment of the chaos and destruction he has faced throughout his military career. This leads to a dramatic confrontation between Packard's group and Kong at a river, where Packard uses napalm to trap and weaken the mighty beast. The sequence is a powerful display of Kong's resilience as he fights off the soldiers despite the flames engulfing him. The battle between man and beast is both spectacular and tragic, underscoring the senselessness of Packard's vendetta. However, as Kong is subdued, the largest and most dangerous skullcrawler, known as the Skull Devil, emerges from the depths of the island. Realizing the true danger, Conrad, Weaver, and the others try to stop Packard from killing Kong, understanding that they need him alive to defeat the skullcrawlers. This leads to a tense standoff, which culminates in Packard's demise at the hands of Kong, who crushes him with a single, devastating blow. Final showdown, Kong versus the Skull Devil. The film's climax is an epic battle between Kong and the Skull Devil, with the human survivors caught in the middle. This fight sequence is a visual spectacle, with Kong using his immense strength and cunning to battle the ferocious Skull Devil across the island's varied terrain. The choreography of the battle is both intense and creative, with Kong utilizing everything from trees to rocks as weapons. The stakes are raised when Weaver is knocked into the water by the Skull Devil, leading to a harrowing rescue by Kong. This moment solidifies the bond between Kong and the humans, particularly Weaver, who recognizes Kong's role as the island's protector. The battle reaches its peak as Kong, bloodied and battered, manages to defeat the Skull Devil by tearing its guts out with a chain, an act of primal violence that cements his dominance over the island. Escape and resolution, the legacy of Kong. With the Skull Devil defeated, the survivors make their way to the island's coast, where they are rescued by the Monarch organization. The film ends with Marlowe returning home, reuniting with his family after decades, while Conrad and Weaver reflect on their experience, knowing that Kong is the island's true king and guardian. The post-credits scene teases the future of the monsterverse, revealing the existence of other giant creatures like Godzilla, setting the stage for the epic battles to come. Kong Skull Island is a roller coaster of action and adventure, with its main action sequences providing the film's most memorable moments. The movie's focus on Kong's immense power, combined with the survival story of the human characters, makes it an engaging and thrilling experience that keeps the audience captivated from start to finish. Movie review and rating: Kong Skull Island. Kong Skull Island is a visually stunning, action-packed film that reintroduces the legendary King Kong to a new generation, while laying the groundwork for the expansive Monsterverse. Directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts, the movie blends the classic monster movie genre with modern cinematic techniques, resulting in a film that is both nostalgic and fresh. With a stellar cast, breathtaking visual effects, and intense action sequences, Kong Skull Island succeeds in delivering a thrilling adventure, despite some flaws in its narrative structure and character development. Casting and performances: a strong ensemble. The film boasts an impressive ensemble cast, each bringing their own flavor to the movie. Tom Hiddleston as James Conrad is the classic action hero, cool, collected, and highly skilled. His performance is solid, though his character feels somewhat underdeveloped compared to the larger-than-life Kong. Brie Larson as Mason Weaver provides a strong female lead, bringing both compassion and bravery to her role as a war photojournalist. However, like Conrad, Weaver's character could have benefited from more depth and backstory. Samuel L. Jackson as Lieutenant Colonel Packard delivers one of the film's standout performances. His portrayal of a war-weary soldier, unable to let go of the past, adds a psychological dimension to the film, with Packard's obsession with killing Kong driving much of the story's conflict. Jackson's intensity and gravitas make Packard a formidable antagonist, though his character's motivations are sometimes overly simplistic. John C. Reilly as Hank Marlowe is a breath of fresh air, providing comic relief and heart in a film dominated by action and spectacle. Reilly's character adds a layer of humanity to the story, with his tragic backstory and quirky personality, making him one of the most memorable characters in the film. Visual effects and cinematography: a feast for the eyes. Kong Skull Island is a visual marvel, with stunning cinematography and top-notch special effects bringing the island and its inhabitants to life. The design of Skull Island is richly detailed, with its lush jungles, towering mountains, and eerie landscapes creating a sense of both wonder and danger. The island itself feels like a character in the film, with every corner of it hiding new and terrifying creatures. Kong, of course, is the star of the show. The visual effects team did an outstanding job in bringing the giant ape to life, making him both terrifying and sympathetic. The level of detail in Kong's design is impressive, from his expressive eyes to his battle-scarred fur. The action sequences involving Kong are breathtaking, with the fight between Kong and the Skull Devil being a particular highlight. The cinematography during these scenes is dynamic, capturing